Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Hadijah Yusfahri with name 2105-0250-2007. Now I want to explain about what is vocabulary. In the series of definitions, it can be taken the core that vocabulary involves all words in a language, become well for speakers or writers, and has an important role in the information of new sentences, speaking skills, and understanding of language. And the next, what is grammar? Grammar is an explanation that describes the way words can change their shape and be combined into sentences in a language. With grammar, we can organize sentences correctly and create clear and effective language expressions. Therefore, grammar is an important foundation in forming the right sentence structure and achieving good communication in a language.
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Nurul Mufliha, and then I will explain why young learners important to learn about vocabulary and grammar. Vocabulary is also an essential skill for learning to read, speak, write, and listen. Also, the grammar provides the building blocks for children to understand and express themselves in longer and more complex ways. Here are specific reasons why learning vocabulary and grammar is important for young students. First one is language development. Young learners are at critical stage of language development, acquiring a rich vocabulary and understanding basic grammar structures form the basis for more advanced language skills as they grow. Pada masa ini, siswa memiliki masa yang sedang berada di masa kritis. Jadi, mengapa pada masa ini siswa penting untuk belajar tentang vocabulary dan grammar? Karena pada saat ini merupakan langkah awal yang tepat untuk siswa belajar tentang vocabulary dan structure grammar. Yang kedua is communication skills. We talk about communication skills is vocabulary and grammar are essential tools for effective communications. Merupakan sebuah wadah yang tepat untuk mengefektifkan sebuah komunikasi. As young learners develop their language skills, they gain the ability to express their needs, thoughts, and feelings more clearly, promoting successful communication with peers and adults. Pada masa seperti ini, jika students atau siswa yang learners menguasai atau mempelajari tentang vocabulary dan grammar secara baik, maka hal ini akan berdampak ke masa remaja dan dewasa mereka, karena di saat ini mereka akan jauh lebih bisa atau mampu untuk mengekspresikan kebutuhan, pikiran, dan perasaannya secara lebih jelas dan mampu berkomunikasi secara baik dan benar. Yang ketiga yaitu listening and speaking skills. As I explained before, listening and speaking skills, vocabulary and grammar are essential for the development of listening and speaking skills. Untuk mengasah kemampuan mendengar dan berbicara, kemampuan memiliki mempelajari atau menguasai tentang vocabulary dan grammar merupakan tahap yang tepat. Young learners use these skills to understand instructions, participate in classroom discussion, and engage in collaborative activities. Siswa atau pembelajar muda jika menguasai skill ini, maka dia akan lebih mudah untuk memahami instruksi yang diberikan, lebih memiliki partisipasi yang besar dalam ruang kelas dan juga dalam sebuah diskusi, dan hal ini bisa menjadi kegiatan yang memiliki kolaborasi yang sangat baik bagi tahap pembelajaran siswa. Selanjutnya yaitu the next one is about problem solving skills. If we talk about problem solving, that means we have problems. If a student learning about grammar, that involves understanding rules and applying them in different contexts. This process promotes analytical thinking and problem-solving skill as young learners navigate the intricacies of language structure. Jika siswa tersebut memahami tentang apa yang disampaikan oleh seseorang, maka hal itu bisa menjadi sebuah langkah untuk memecahkan sebuah masalah. And the next one and last one is confidence building. If students more understanding about the vocabulary, what they another speaker say, and then understanding about the structure of grammar, it's will be make a students for young learner master confidence to talking, make a conversation with others. Mastering vocabulary and grammar gives young learner the confidence to express themselves. Because hal ini menjadi sebuah kemampuan yang membuat siswa lebih percaya diri dalam mengungkapkan perasaannya. This confidence is not only beneficial for language development, but also contributes to overall self-esteem and social well-being. Hal ini tidak hanya menjadi titik baik atau menjadi sebuah peran yang baik untuk pengembangan bahasa, tetapi juga membuat self-esteem dalam siswa itu tersendiri menjadi lebih baik dan kemampuan bersosialisasinya menjadi lebih baik.
I'm Nurul Dwi Pratiwi AS, and I will explain the influencing factor of learning vocabulary and grammar for young learners. So, there are several factors that can influence for learning vocabulary and grammar for young learners. The first is age and cognitive development. So, young learners undergo significant cognitive development, and then the cognitive abilities such as memory and comprehension need to improve as they grow, and impacting their ability to grasp vocabulary and grammar concepts. And the second is motivation and interest. So, the children are more likely to engage in language learning when it aligns with their interests. So, interest is one of the factors that can influence the learning vocabulary and grammar. And the next is motivation. Motivation also plays a crucial role in sustaining their attention and enthusiasm for learning. And the third is the teaching method. So the choice of teaching method is crucial for learning vocabulary and grammar, because interactive and apply-based methods tailor to developmental stage of young learners and can enhance their understanding of vocabulary and also the grammar. And the next factor is the use of technology. So, integrating technology such as educational apps and interactive tools like AI can make the learning process more dynamic and captivating for young learners. And the next factor is the family and social environment. So, the support and encouragement received in the family and social environment significantly can influence a child's language development. Conversation at home and positive social interaction contribute to language skills. And the next factor is consistency and repetition. So, regular and repetitive exposure to language content helps reinforce vocabulary and grammar. Consistent practice aids in memory retention and skill development. And the next factor is teacher involvement. Teachers play a crucial role in creating a positive and supportive learning environment. And then active teachers' involvement, encouragement, and effective communication. Active teacher involvement, encouragement, and effective communication can enhance the learning experience. And then the next factor, or the last factor, is context and relevance. So, learning is more effective when the vocabulary and grammar are taught in context and have relevance to child's daily life. So, real-life examples and relatable situations facilitate better understanding. And then the understanding and addressing these factors collectively contribute to holistic approach in understanding and addressing these factors collectively contribute to holistic approach in fostering effective vocabulary and grammar learning experience for young learners. So, those are some factors that can influence learning vocabulary and grammar for young learners.
My name is Muntiadara Rahab, and I will explain about the next method of teaching vocabulary to young learners. There is a games. Penny 2000 argued that the interest of young learners can be rotated from giving them an interesting topic. The need to convey meaningful information, a game like fun tasks, attention-catching materials, appeal to learners' feelings, or a challenge to their intellect. From that explanation, can be stated that games is one of effective way to warm up the young learners' interest and encourage their motivation. Games also play a central role in a young learner-centered lesson and make it possible for young learners to fully immerse themselves in learning, such as singing, clapping hands, drawing, coloring, model making, and etc. It is evident that young learners learn through playing much easier and they enjoy it more. This is quite a natural way for them to learn, because they play and love to play. In playing together, we can see elements of interaction, and during interacting, the learners develop language skills. And especially for the vocabulary skills. And for a very long sentence, going from the class, the children repeat the best sentence and add one word to it. For example, if you have a large class and don't want to spill it, arrange the children into teams of 3 or 4 who work together to remember the sentence, with a spokesperson who says to the rest of the class. Thank you.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Putri Nurfadila. So I will explain vocabulary teaching methods for young learners. So, if teacher teaching young learners in education, especially early actual learners or young learners, bring them into the world of play. Jadi bawa mereka ke dalam dunia bermain. Namanya dunia anak-anak, ya pasti mereka akan senang jika pelajaran itu juga berkaitan dengan suatu permainan. You must make them enjoy the learning. Jadi apabila mereka senang, apabila pembelajaran itu berkaitan dengan dunia bermain, mereka akan merasa senang dan tidak mudah untuk bosan. Karena namanya anak-anak, ya begitu, tingkat bosannya itu lebih cepat dibandingkan pelajar dewasa atau adult. The world is a world of play. Jadi dunia mereka itu adalah dunia untuk bermain. Jadi buat pembelajaran itu fun, teacher can use method like singing and use media. Maksudnya singing itu seperti apa sih dalam teaching young learners? Jadi singing di sini seperti apabila kita ingin mengajarkan vocabulary, kita bisa menggunakan, misalnya ini saya ambil contoh warna, jadi kayak warna orange, terus orange. Pokoknya bahwa mereka untuk menikmati pembelajaran mereka. Selanjutnya menggunakan media, using media. Misal saya anggap ini sebagai bola, jadi kita bisa membawa mereka untuk menyanyi seperti balls, this balls is orange, balls, this balls in blue, dan masih banyak lagi. Intinya bahwa mereka untuk merasa tertarik dalam belajar, buat mereka fun untuk belajar. I think that's all the material that I explain. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity, ma'am. And hello, guys. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Atika Fadlia Muhlihapsari, and I would like to explain about teaching method grammar for young learners. And in this topic, we will explain 2 methods, and I will explain the first method, namely storytelling. As we know, every learner has a different learning style. However, basically humans like story and listening to stories. Therefore, this method is very popular and can be applied to various age levels of learners, especially for young learners. Oleh karena itu, kami ingin membawa metode ini sebagai salah satu metode yang kami angkat dalam presentasi ini. Dan jadi pada metode ini tidak hanya berfokus pada storytelling saja ataupun persoalan tentang teacher-centered learning or student-centered learning, tapi kita di sini mengupayakan untuk membawa experience timbal balik antara guru dan siswa. Jadi siswa diupayakan untuk ikut terlibat dalam pembelajaran ini. Seperti yang dikatakan juga oleh Cameron in 2001 said that storytelling is an oral activity designed not only to be heard, but also to be involved in it. Okay, from Cameron's statement, it is necessary to carry out activities that involve students in the classroom.
Therefore, the main thing that needs to be considered in implementing the storytelling method in the classroom is classroom management. So, before carrying out the storytelling, you need to apply several things, including the first is you can make children feel comfortable in class. Jadi dalam kelas, guru dapat membuat suasana kelas lebih nyaman dengan membuat siswa duduk lebih dekat dengan guru agar suara guru lebih terdengar dan buku cerita yang guru bacakan dapat terlihat oleh siswa jika ada sesuatu yang kurang dipahami. The next is use audio visual aids seperti benda-benda nyata yang otentik seperti boneka, gambar, topeng, dan lainnya. And then teach formulaic language such as simple greetings. For example, hello, how are you? And then social English. So, for example, did you have a nice weekend? And classroom language. For example, listen, repeat, sit down, etc. So, after doing storytelling, there are several steps to complete this method. Namely, the first is recognition memory. Jadi di sini guru meminta kepada siswa untuk mengingat poin-poin penting dalam cerita yang mereka ingat agar siswa merasa lebih dilibatkan dalam proses pembelajaran ini. And then synopsis. Guru menceritakan sinopsis cerita kalau bisa dalam bahasa Indonesia agar siswa lebih mengerti dari cerita yang sudah dibacakan guru sebelumnya. And then guru mengajarkan beberapa vocabulary or keywords or sentence patterns dengan teknik yang tepat. Misalnya, Teddy, do you like a burger? And then guru mempersilahkan siswa untuk menjawab yes or no. And the next is revise vocabulary or grammar. Jadi di sini guru memeriksa or merevisi kosakata atau pola grammar yang masih kurang tepat. And the last is let the children tell their stories. Jadi terakhir guru memberi kesempatan kepada siswa untuk menceritakan kisah mereka sendiri agar mereka lebih termotivasi dan tertarik dengan melakukan storytelling. So that's all my explanation. Thank you.
So my name is Marina Jenny, and now I will explain about grammar teaching method for young learners through music. Jadi pengajaran tata bahasa atau grammar kepada young learner atau anak-anak itu melalui musik sangat penting karena memberikan elemen kesenangan yang meningkatkan motivasi dan keterlibatan mereka dalam pembelajaran. Melalui lagu, konsep tata bahasa atau grammar dapat disajikan secara menyenangkan dan mudah dicerna sambil merangsang kreativitas dan meningkatkan pemahaman kosakata dan juga memperkuat memori anak. Nah, pendekatan ini menciptakan pengalaman belajar yang positif dan melibatkan berbagai indera dan merangsang perkembangan dan holistik anak-anak. Nah, oleh sebab itu, mengapa lagu adalah metode yang dapat digunakan dalam mengajarkan grammar kepada anak-anak. Nah, Kita dapat mengajarkan grammar atau tata bahasa kepada anak-anak dengan musik dengan hal seperti berikut ini. Yang pertama is rhythmic song atau lagu yang berirama. Hal yang dapat dilakukan yaitu pilih lagu anak-anak dengan lirik yang mencakup tata bahasa dan biarkan mereka menyanyi sambil memahami struktur. And the second is body movements atau gerakan tubuh. Gabungkan gerakan tubuh dengan unsur tata bahasa dan gunakan gerakan untuk memvisualisasikan jenis kata. The third is visualizations with picture atau visualisasi dengan gambar. Sertakan gambar atau kartun sebagai dukungan visual untuk membantu anak-anak memahami konsep tata bahasa. And the fourth is co-create lyrics. Kreasi lirik bersama. Jadi dapat dilakukan yaitu ajak anak-anak untuk membuat lirik bersama dan fokuskan pada penggunaan kata dan struktur bahasa. And the fifth is word games atau permainan kata. Nah, dalam permainan kata ini kita dapat menggunakan permainan kata yang berhubungan dengan lirik lagu seperti kata benda atau pertandingan kata kerja. And the fifth is musical performance atau pertunjukan musikal. Hal yang dapat kita lakukan yaitu ajak anak-anak untuk membuat pertunjukan musikal berbasis lagu dengan tata bahasa yang dapat dipelajari. And the last is record and listen atau rekam dan dengarkan. Biarkan anak-anak dapat merekam diri mereka menyanyi dan menggunakan tata bahasa. Kemudian dengarkan rekaman bersama untuk memahami penggunaan grammar. I think that's all from me.
Hi, my name is Safira Mawada. I will explain about classroom management for young learners in teaching vocabulary and grammar. First, teamwork, games, and the sense of the competitiveness. First, start up by dividing the class into or more groups. On the blackboard, write each group's name and give them an equal number of points for a start. Warn the students they will erase their points if anyone from the group shouts, walks around, and keep talking, does not raise their hand, and etc. Tell them that points will be added if group members speak English or complete text successfully. Reward the students for every positive things they do. Second, demonstration, non-explanation. Whatever you experience may apply. Always remember that children are not adults. As an alternative, resort to demonstrations or ask astonished students to explain what she or he understood to other students. Third, rules and routine. Children need order and quickly get used to routines and habitual activities. If you notice that blowing a whistle gets their attention, keep practicing that. Try to start a lesson in the same or similar way or have some always repeating elements in it. For instance, a good starting point is dividing a class into groups, and a good finishing point might be counting the points and drawing stars for all the group members on the poster. Fourth, encouraging the usage of target language. Try to make students use target language from the very first classes. Expose them to the basic phrase and repeat this each time and an opportunity comes up. Ignore the students who insist on using their mother tongue, and they will sooner or later adjust to your behavior. Reward the ones who use target language by giving their group points or clapping or verbal praise. 5. Getting the students' attention. Young learner classes tend to be noisy by definition, so raising your voice or shouting has a poor chance of success. Instead, try using sound-making objects, toy musical instruments, whistle, rattles, bells, and etc. Not only will you save your throat, but you will bring some fun to the classroom as well. And the last, prize and rewards. Never stop to bribery or material rewards. Sweets or mascots may make young learners to do quietly what you order, but once you forget the reward or want to the procedure a strategy will follow. I think that's all I can tell you. Thank you.